Why, hello. And how are you doing this evening? Yeah, I know. It's 5:14 in the a.m. and I'm painfully sober, unlike the last video when I was painfully drunk. And I looked at that video today, sober. Yeah. I did manage to still put a little, stripper spin on the whole thing. I figure this time it's going to be a little bit more so. Obviously, I talk about, with my hands, the whole me being a DJ in a strip club. So it would be, appropriate to talk about being a DJ in a strip club. Let's see. It's the coolest job in the fucking world. At least that's what they tell me. I like to tell them that it is the coolest fucking job in the world. Till your first night. And you realize it's a job, like any other. I'm kind of a glorified waitress / truck driver. I'm in a box for 8 hours on time. Minimum, working at bourbon. We really don't have a set closing time. And I take orders from women. Women that work closely together. Sometimes real closely together. But most of the time, close enough so that they're all having their period at the same time. Yeah. Thankfully, I'm pretty user-friendly when it comes to that thing. That, and they also leave me alone for the most part because I'm upstairs in my DJ booth, and I'd say about 97.9% of them are too lazy to go upstairs to see me for anything. They'd rather climb the stripper pole, which there is one that goes next to my booth upstairs. They'd rather actually climb a pole than come up steps. You figure that logic out. Don't hurt yourself. Or they'll just scream from the floor. I love that one. Hey, DJ! DJ! I look over. What? And then they say something. And obviously, I'm in a strip club with music. It's loud. And they all of a sudden go to... What? So then they try to do sign language. And they're like, you want to steal third? Sure, go right ahead. Go for a touchdown while you're at it. They're like... I'm like, you need something important, come up and ask. Next on stage, it's going to be the lovely so-and-so. Yeah. And yes, I do get it. Can we hear the DJ spiel? Can we hear the this and that? By the way, that's a moth. That's my guest appearance for the night. A fucking moth got in my place because I got the door open because I was smoking a cigar. And I'm trying not to, terribly offend the landlords, who are actually pretty cool if you smoking cigars in my room. So... yes, I rent actually or board a room. It's actually quite convenient, quite nice. I pay a pretty decent price, which by that I mean cheap, and I don't have to worry about electricity or anything like that, just my internet, and my cell phone. The rest is just rent and cigars. It's actually not a bad life. So I can't complain. Except for the fact that bastards keep raising the prices of my cigars because they're self-righteous pricks who think they know what's best for everybody. Fuckers. Alright. Anyway, I promise you I have not been drinking unless you count coffee, which means I am kind of a little wired. I've had a lot of coffee today. And I'm having more. I like coffee. If they made a cigar-flavored coffee, I'd be all over that shit. Or, well, no, they do have coffee-flavored cigars. I wouldn't be all over that shit. But if they made a cigar-flavored coffee, I'd be all over that shit. Sinuses and allergies at the same time. Yeah. It's kind of like, instead of being like this, it's more like this. I'm getting like the two middle fingers together. Like a double entendre fuck you without the double entendre. It's just a fuck you. Fuckers. But, as I was saying, yeah, they'll do that, and then they'll come upstairs and go, can I be on stage next? I'm like, on the rotation next. You got a couple of girls. And they go, okay. If you have something complicated you want to ask, you got to come up here. Half hour later, hey, DJ! DJ! I'm not going to deny, it's not all their fault. My DJ booth is just not in a great place. And that sucks. But then again, at the same time, I don't have them tugging on my shirt all the time. I get that sometimes. I'll actually come to the booth and they'll tug on my shirt. Or I'll be on the microphone. Hey, guys and gals, that was song number 3. The lovely ladies heading on down. And all of a sudden I got a dancer behind me going, hey, Jack. 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 And she's available for lap dances, VIP rooms, and you can grab her now. And I'm like, wait a minute. Wait for it. Wait for it. So, guys and gals, next on stage, it's the lovely so-and-so for 3 and your tipping dollars. And then I go, okay, what do you want? Good night.